Hey, in zBrush, let's take a look at 3 different methods of how we can create holes in these cubes, and each approach is going to largely depend on the topology. So if I turn on my polyframe, you can see for this example, this is what I have. I have a low poly and I have 2 high-res cubes. All right, so let's begin with the easiest one first. How do you punch a hole through something that's low poly? Well, I can go to zModeler, I can press spacebar, I'm in point actions, I can go to split, I'm going to select point, and I'm going to simply click and drag to create a round shape. All right, I'm going to go on this side over here and just simply click to repeat the same exact action. And now to punch the hole through, I can press spacebar, go to polygon actions. I'm going to be in Q mesh, and I'll say polygroup all, meaning grab all the green ones. Now I can just take these green ones and push them all the way through to the other side, creating a beautiful clean hole in this low poly cube. All right, let's continue. Next one, let's take a look at something called Booleans. And in Booleans, we have 2 options. We can create a baked Boolean, or we can create a dynamic Boolean. So for dynamic one, I'm going to insert a cylinder. I'm going to grab my move, hold down the shift key, rotate this 90 degrees. Let me make this a little bit smaller and of course longer so we can see the hole being punched through. All right. Now, if I wanted to dynamically see what that actually looks like on this cube here, I need to come over here to subtools, just simply click on this little icon here, the subtraction mode. And next, I just need to turn on my live Boolean button and of course turn off polyframe and take a look. Now we have this high res hole being punched through dynamically, which means we can move this around between different shapes, including the low poly one and the high one, doesn't really matter. And based on the resolution of the cylinder that's being subtracted, that's going to give us the results. So for example, if I press Ctrl D a bunch of times, you can see I can smooth that cylinder, and now I have this beautiful clean Boolean between any shape I want. So this would be the dynamic approach, and dynamic is nice because you can move it around, you can work with it, you can adjust it as you need it. And then of course, once you're done making your changes, you can just go to subtools, find something under Boolean, and just click on make Boolean mesh. So that would be the second approach. All right, and finally, let's go ahead and take a look at the third approach where we actually bake the Boolean right into the shape. It's not going to be a live preview. So for that, I'm going to take these 3 cubes, I'm going to split them. If I turn my polyframe on, you can see I have different polygroups. So that means I can do Control, Shift, and click, hide these 2. I can simply click on split hidden, and maybe I can take this guy and just put him on its own layer. Currently, he is a simple 128 Dynamesh, and for me to create the Boolean, what I need to do is this. I'm going to duplicate this shape, go to move, and let me create another shape, of course change my pivot. Let me create another shape that I want to subtract from this cube, right? So in this case, maybe it's going to be another cube. So how do I take this, and now how do I punch a hole through? So of course I can pick any shape, right? It could be a cylinder, a circle. In this case, I just duplicated the box. So to subtract this, I'm going to go to my subtools. I can do the same thing. I'm going to switch it to a subtraction mode. So this cube is going to be subtracted from the main shape here. And now what I need to do is I need to merge these 2 together with this being set to a subtraction mode. So I'm going to select this larger cube, go to merge, and just do a merge down. All right, so take a look. It looks like they just simply merged, right? Nothing really happened. But because this one was set to subtraction mode before we merged, so that means if I redynamesh these by doing Control and drag, I can literally Boolean that other guy out, and it's going to redynamesh a completely different shape. And now if I press the live Boolean button on and off, you can see that the one above it is dynamic and live, and this one is kind of baked in, which means I can still move this around and do whatever I want with it on any shape. But of course, this one right here and this one on top is going to remain the same because this is they're not dynamic.